Toal Tribe channel, and welcome to 2020.
2020, baby.
It is the new year. So, in lieu of the new year, we thought that we would sit down and share with you guys our goals for 2020.
A lot of them.
There's not that many of them. I try to keep them limited because I think when you have too many goals, you kind of don't know where to focus. And then also I like to keep goals by category. So I pick a few like important categories in our life, like a personal, a health, a financial, a family goal, things like that. And then I'll set like one per each so that they're easier to keep track of and they're hitting kind of your core values in your life. Also, something that's really important when you're setting goals is to not set wishes. So a wish is just like something that you would like to happen, and a goal is like something that you want to happen, but you are setting a timeline for it. There's like a due date, and then there are like action steps along the way.
In other words, how to execute them.
How to execute it to achieve your goal successfully. And those are really going to help you make sure that your resolutions turn into achievements at the end of the year. Let's start out with our personal goals for 2020. Do you want to go first?
You can take the lead.
I have two personal goals for 2020. One is to just be more organized in terms of planning. I would love for that to like move into our overall household, but I'm gonna start off with just like keeping track of things in my planner. Mike got me a really great planner for Christmas. It's the Start Planner, and the reason I picked the Start Planner was because it has like, it's like a lifestyle planner basically. So there's calendar pages and day pages, which make it really easy for me to plan out content and events and then my day-to-day life. There's also a space to keep track of your monthly budget at the start of each month, and there's a place for you to track goals, like your overall goals, and then mini goals for each month or your little action steps. So it really kind of helps you keep track of everything. There's also little spaces for you to write grocery lists that you can rip out and tear and bring with you to the grocery store, which is really cool.
Nice.
And makes meal planning and grocery planning super easy as well. So I just got that planner and I've just started playing around in it, but I really like it. So my goal is to really keep track of our life in that planner as far as YouTube content and everything else so that I can stay organized. My second personal goal is to actually learn Spanish. I am half Hispanic and I don't speak very much Spanish at all. I know like a very little Spanish, un poquito. And my dad speaks Spanish, but he never really taught us. And so in high school, when it was time to pick a language, I ended up taking Italian because, long story short, I did a trial run of Spanish and I didn't do very good at it, but I did really well in Italian. So I was like, I'm gonna take the easy way out. And I wish that I would have taken Spanish because I just feel like at this point in my life, I wish I knew it and I wish that I could speak it. And I think when we finally do have children, I would love to teach them.
Yeah.
So, and speak to them and have them be bilingual. So I am going to learn Spanish this year. And in order to do that, I don't want to go to classes or anything. I don't really have the time. So I think that I will download an app rather than doing like a Rosetta Stone thing. There's one, I think it's Babbel, that I've kind of I did like a trial run with, and I actually really liked how they show you and then you do exercises and it makes it really easy. So I think I will sign up for that.
Speaking of Spanish, I think this little guy had a lot of beans. I'm pretty sure he passed gas. So we're just gonna put him over there. Okay, so my personal goal is just to get better in the morning, waking up on time, making breakfast, just giving myself more time before I have to go to work.
Yeah, Mike leaves really early in the morning for work. He has to take a train into the city, and
I'm just always in a rush.
He has to leave very early, and it's hard for him to wake up that early. I can't imagine it would be easy for anybody to wake up as early as he wakes up, but it's hard for him to wake up that early and then have time to get himself together, make some food, and then get on the train and go to work. So a better morning routine with giving yourself a little bit more time to peacefully get ready and start your day would be beneficial, I think.
Instead of just jumping out of bed and
running to the train.
Being on the go.
On health goals, my health goal this year is to adopt better eating habits using the Weight Watchers program. I've used Weight Watchers a few different times. I used it before a wedding and I lost like 30 pounds. And then I used it the start of last year.
And you lost another.
And
30, right?
I lost about 30 pounds again, but then things started to kind of gear up with the adoption, and I kind of was stressed, and I was stress eating, and I kind of just fell off the wagon.
Yeah.
And we signed back up. And so today is day one. We are back on the wagon.
Yep.
And so I know that that program works for me. It's not always the fastest approach to losing weight, I don't think, but, and it's, you know, sometimes it takes some time, but for me, being able to eat what I want and just learning about portion size and eating smaller amounts, like that just works really well for me.
Right.
So I want to do that. And my overall goal, I'll share this with you, even though I'm like horrified to say this like out loud to people, my overall goal is to lose 50 pounds, which is the most weight I've ever lost. But since we've been married, the ups and downs in our infertility journey and just like our life has caused me to, I'm a stress eater. So when I stress eat, I'm overeating, I'm eating things that are really bad for me. Also, my metabolism has just slowed down a ton and since I've gotten older. And so I've put on quite a bit of weight. And my goal is not to be like the thinnest I've ever been in life, but it is to be closer to the weight and the way I looked more so on our wedding day.
Yeah.
I was very happy with my wedding day bod.
My health goal is very similar to yours.
Oh.
I also joined Weight Watchers. I like to lose a couple pounds myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, with everything, with the failed adoption and all that going
The holidays.
on. The holidays. And me just liking to eat in general.
Yeah, we do love to eat, guys. We do.
Yeah, things got a little out of control. I would like to do that and introduce the gym to my plan.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to just be skinny. I want to have a
Bulk
nice,
up.
you know.
I want to get swole.
I want to get a little swole. Yeah, surprise. I want to get a little swole.
How many times, like, a week do you want to be working out? Like, what is your ultimate?
I'm gonna start
fitness
off
goal?
slow because you know I want to.
Yeah.
I want to actually do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like in order to get it done is you got to start
You gotta
off
start
baby
slow.
steps.
Yeah.
Not just jump full in because then
Yeah.
you get tired and you get bored and
Mm-hmm.
that goes out the window.
Yeah.
So I would like to start off with 2 days a week going to the gym.
Okay.
I think my overall goal is 4,
Okay.
and see where that gets me.
All right. So next up, we have like our family/household goal.
Okay.
So I think our family/household goal is kind of the same this year for 2020 as it was in 2019. And that's since 2016 really.
Yeah.
And that's to add a baby to our family. Obviously we are a channel that documents our family building adventure, and so we hope to add a child to our family. Like, we don't care if that's through adoption or if it ends up happening naturally or through infertility treatments. Like, whatever happens is what happens and is what's meant to happen for us. So
Right.
we are still currently on our adoption journey. Our home study doesn't expire until the spring. We haven't fully decided on what we're gonna do when that happens. If we plan to, you know, update our home study and like keep it going for another year or what, or if we're gonna try infertility treatments. Like, we haven't fully decided what's next for us. But the goal is to either have added a child via adoption or like at least be pregnant by the end of the year if we do decide to go through with infertility treatments.
Yes. Our next goal would be our financial goal.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should start an envelope system.
Yeah, we've tried it.
Get better
in the
with our
past.
day-to-day savings.
Our day-to-day
Our
like,
day-to-day
spending and
spending.
expenses. Yeah,
Right. So I think that is.
that's key.
I think the
That's
envelope
key.
system is a real good way to execute that.
Yeah, it's something that we've like trialed in the past, and we do it during the holidays to help us not overspend. If you haven't seen that video, it's past the holidays, but I'll leave a card up top so you can check it out. We kind of use like a cash envelope system when we're Christmas shopping, and we find that really helpful to like sticking to a budget. And we have tried it in our day-to-day lives, but sometimes it's just a little bit complicated. I actually found a really cool envelope system kit on Amazon that I ordered. It should be here any day now. I'll leave the link down below for you guys so you can check it out if you're interested. And basically it just gives you color-coded envelopes that you can set for the budgets that you need in order to, you know, stick to like a cash-based system. And so we definitely want to give that a try, and not a try, but that's the goal, is to be better at it and to stick to it, because we really see that we're able to control our spending more when we have cash and we're not using, you know, cards and stuff.
Definitely.
And then another financial goal, you know, obviously there's a lot going on right now with adoption finances, and then if we do decide to do infertility treatments, you know, whatever, there'll be expenses that have to do with that. And we're gonna have to figure that out when that comes up. But I think overall for our household, you know, we're starting to feel a little cramped in our little townhouse, and the goal ultimately is to buy a bigger house.
Yes.
That's not this year's goal, but we would like to start working towards that direction. So our goal is going to be to save at least $10,000 this year. I don't think it's too lofty, but it would, in order for us to do that, it would require Mike working a lot of extra hours, and it would require me being a home economist and being really, really good and tight with our household finances. And last but not least, our YouTube channel goal. So we started this channel last year, I want to say in March. I think it was March of 2019, and so it hasn't been a full year yet. And not that we're like a major channel or anything, we're still relatively small. We have just over 100 subscribers, but I was like amazed that we even had 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
Like I was amazed that 100 people cared to see like what was happening in our lives, because we started this channel to document our journey in hopes that other people would be able to relate to it, but that like certainly wasn't the main goal. Like it was, I hoped that that happened, but really it was for us to be able to look back on this journey and remember everything and all the things we went through and the things that we felt. And so the fact that you guys have joined the journey and want to be a part of the Toal Tribe is amazing, and we love you guys, and we're so happy that you're here, and we hope that this channel does continue to grow. So I don't want to put a number on growth, because it's never really been about growth. This channel was never about, you know, growing this huge following. Would it be awesome? Would it be cool? Yes, but that's not
just testing the waters.
Yeah, that's not what our intent was. It was really more to just document. So I don't want to put a number on growth. I just, if it grows, it grows. That's great. I want it to be organic. But what I will say is that now that I see that there are people showing up for the content and people interested, and guys, I've gotten so many messages from people saying like, thank you for sharing your story. I'm going through XYZ. It's very similar. You're helping me, just knowing that I'm not alone. Like that means everything to me. And because you guys are showing up for the content, I want to make sure there's content there for you to see. So my goal this year is to just be more consistent with our 2-day-a-week uploads. For the most part, we upload Monday and Thursday. Sometimes if a video takes me longer to edit or we have a lot going on, you get a Tuesday, Friday sitch. But for the most part, it's Monday and Wednesday. The ultimate goal, and I hope that by the end of 2020, this is what we've worked our way up to, but the ultimate goal is to upload consistently 3 videos per week. So a Monday, a Wednesday, a Friday situation, something like that. Hopefully my first personal goal with being more organized with our planning and our content and our planning our lives out will allow me to schedule more time to film and to edit, and will help us ultimately get to that goal of 3 uploads per week. All right, so that is it for all of our goals for 2020.
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
You're excited?
I'm ready to grab
Let's do like a team high five. We need like a team high five.
Let's
Ready?
do it.
Yes, we're gonna kill it. We're gonna crush it in 2020. Leave us your top goals of 2020 down below. We would love to hear from you and what you're gonna be working on this year. Don't forget to leave us a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe for more content from us in the new year.
Hasta luego.
Bye guys.